All right, today we are diving deep into an incredible ancient text to uncover the origin stories of some of the most famous figures in Buddhism. And look, these aren't your typical tales of divine appointment. No, these are stories about universe shaking promises, vows so powerful they literally forged Buddhas.
So, it all kicks off with this really profound idea from a holy man named Bohai. He basically says, hey, you know that positive energy you get from doing good deeds? That's not just for you. You can actually share it, aim it, and use it as a kind of spiritual fuel to kickstart a universal awakening for absolutely everyone. And this isn't just some casual suggestion, you know? This one invitation sets off a chain reaction on a cosmic scale. It inspires a king and his sons to make these incredible vows that are going to shape entire worlds and timelines. It all starts with the king himself. So the first one to step up is this great king, Wu Xing Nan. And he doesn't just, make a small wish. He goes into this super deep meditation and comes out with his plan to create his own perfect world, a Buddha field built from the ground up, using nothing but the power of his own focused intention. Okay, so what does a perfect world, a universe born from a single powerful thought, actually look like? Well, the king's vision was for something totally different, a reality meticulously designed to get rid of suffering right at the source. And the detail here is just staggering. I mean, this was not some vague, I wish everyone was happy kind of thing. The king gets super specific. He's methodically engineering a reality, removing every single obstacle to enlightenment he can think of. He gets rid of death, suffering, even concepts like gender. He even designs in a feature for instant interstellar travel, so everyone can just pop over to other universes to learn from other Buddhas. Wild, right? The Buddha of that particular era, a being named Baokang, hears this incredible, detailed vow and is just blown away. He praises the king's amazing vision and makes a prophecy right then and there that this king would one day become the Buddha we all know as Amitabha. And his perfectly designed realm, that would become the famous Pure Land of ultimate bliss. Now, the king's incredible vow has this huge ripple effect. And of course, it inspires his sons. But here's the cool part. They don't just copy their dad. Each one develops his own unique take on what it means to reach enlightenment. Let's start with the first two princes. So the first prince looks out at the universe, and he's just struck by the raw, immediate suffering of living beings. His vow is all about direct, hands-on intervention. Then the second prince, he sees his brother's incredible compassion and gets inspired to become his number one supporter, his successor, to make sure that mission of compassion never ever ends. And this right here, this is the absolute heart of the first prince's vow. It's truly mind-boggling. He literally ties his own supreme enlightenment, his own Buddhahood, to the salvation of every single being who cries out his name. Think about that. His own ultimate goal comes second. That is some radical, selfless compassion. And that vow is the exact origin story of Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva of compassion. A bodhisattva, right, is an enlightened being who deliberately postpones their own final nirvana just to help everyone else. And for his promise to listen to all the suffering in the world, he gets his name. The prophecy even says he'll be the next Buddha in that Pure Land, but only after his father Amitabha's long era finally comes to an end. So what about the second prince? Well, for his powerful vow to walk the same path as his brother and help uphold this great world, he was named Mahastama Prapta. He becomes the symbol of wisdom and strength, really the power that makes that whole mission of compassion possible. The ancient text then lays out this incredible succession plan. It's not just about one Buddha, it's a multi-generational cosmic legacy. The vows this one family made in a single moment created a chain of enlightenment that stretches across unimaginable eons, all to make sure this perfect world will always have a guide. Okay, but then there was the third prince, and he took a completely different path. You could almost say his approach was even more cosmic. His focus wasn't just on creating a paradise, but on who exactly would be living there. I mean, his plan is just breathtaking. He vowed to first become the ultimate teacher, traveling across infinite universes for eons, just teaching and inspiring students. Then, he would gather up all the purified worlds created by his very own students and merge them into one, single, colossal superworld. And only then, in a universe made up entirely of his own advanced disciples, would he finally accept becoming a Buddha. And this world he dreamed up is all about wisdom. It's a reality where existence itself is just knowledge and purity. You don't need a sun because the beings themselves radiate light. You don't need food because they're sustained by the joy of meditation. You don't even need rules because everyone there is already an advanced bodhisattva.
So the Buddha Baikong, seeing the unbelievable scope and the pure intelligence behind this vow, gives him his name, Manjushri, who we now know as the Bodhisattva of transcendent wisdom. It just fits perfectly, doesn't it?
So what does this whole ancient story, with its cosmic kings and compassionate princes, what does it all really tell us about reality, about intention? Let's, bring it all together.
Here's the single biggest takeaway from this whole thing. These legendary figures become who they are because of what they promised to do for others. Buddhahood isn't some title they're just handed. It is a destiny they actively forge for themselves through the sheer world-bending power of their own compassionate intention. It's really a clear three-step process when you break it down. It all starts with the vow, that first powerful intention to help all beings. Then that vow has to be powered by countless eons of action, of doing the work. And finally, all that action leads to the result, the creation of a perfect world and achieving ultimate enlightenment, all for the benefit of everyone else.
And that really leaves us with a final, pretty provocative thought. This ancient story isn't just telling us about gods and legends, it's describing a kind of mechanism for reality. It suggests that a single focused, compassionate intention has the power to give birth to entire universes. So the question it leaves for us is, what kind of potential is just sitting there, waiting, inside our own aspirations?